Hey folks, today is Saturday, July 27th, 4:08 p.m. My name is James, and let's take a look and see what happened last week, and then what we might get this week. So we're getting some pretty good action actually. The S&P, at one point it broke through the lower ascending line of the channel, but then it rebounded right back up. So this consolidation was kind of blah. I couldn't really tell what was going on, but then we just kind of curved back up. Earnings is helping a lot. So we're just really getting some nice action now. NASDAQ looks the same, except it's still within a channel, and it's now approaching the upper line. That's pretty good. It'd be nice if it would actually break that. Maybe that upper line could become support if we break over and then just kind of work our way higher. That'd be cool. The Russell is trying to break over that level. I drew that line, I think sometime last week. Popped over, sold back down, popped back over. There's another stock doing the same thing. This is an index, but there's a stock doing the same thing. It's WIX. I'll show that to you. And then the Dow is actually just consolidating there. So everything looks pretty good right now. I think some of it is earnings. Excuse me. Some of it is the anticipation of the rate cut. They were saying on CNBC that it's common trend for the index to rally into the first rate cut after a period of interest rate hikes. So that'd be great if we rally into it and rally through it. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, let's go into the list. Everything looks really good on the indexes right now. So in the list, WIX is doing kind of the same thing that the Russell's doing, where it broke over on earnings, sold back below, and then tried to break out again. I bought into WIX and I got stopped out, and I bought back on Friday when it attempted to go over. I still think that WIX is actually going to go higher. It's just struggling at that level. Hopefully it takes off this week though. That's what I'm hoping, that maybe whatever selling is sitting there was taken care of on Thursday, and then there's just a little bit more on Friday that sent it back under, but not all the way, like not very far under, and then hopefully it takes off again this week. Zoom I also bought last week. I liked the action that took it out of that triangle. Its earnings were already in June, so that's not coming up to interfere with any moves or anything. So hopefully that one keeps going. It broke out nicely on volume and held outside the pattern, so hopefully that keeps going. TWLO is threatening to break out here. Its earnings are July 31st, so that's Wednesday after the close. Probably wouldn't buy it before then. I would hope that it stays in the pattern until the earnings come out, and then the earnings send it out. Same thing with Shopify. Its earnings are August 1st. It's still being held down by that line, and I'm hoping that it actually gets sold down a bit further. It's like right at the line. It's going to be hard to buy that if the earnings are good, and it'll just gap up huge. You have to basically buy it after hours. Etsy, its earnings are also August 1st. It's right at the line. Again, I wouldn't buy that now. It's so close to the earnings. I would almost rather it had stayed down here before it, challenged the line. But it actually could break out. You could take it maybe Monday if it actually breaks out, because you get all of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday before the earnings come out after the close on the 1st. That's Thursday. But I would not. I never hold anything over earnings. I don't recommend it. If there's any part of the stock market that is a lottery, it is earnings, because you never know what's going to happen. So yeah, you might be able to buy it on Monday if it breaks out and has good volume. You'd still get 4 days of movement and then get out before the earnings come out. MDB, I'm drawing a new triangle here. That actually looks pretty good to me. Its earnings are September the 4th, so it's got lots of time to kind of build this thing out before. And even if it breaks out before then, you could still buy it and have plenty of time before those earnings would come out. Carvana, earnings August 7th. It's got this little channel kind of pattern. I had a triangle drawn, but it came out of that, and now it's kind of pausing at this level. So I think this level is much more significant based on the way it's moving over here. So give that more time, but again, earnings are August 7th, so you might not get a lot of time to actually be in it. Trade Desk, fantastic move. I was in another stock, so I couldn't get this one. I think I was looking at it earlier. I can't remember exactly what happened. But yeah, if you got in right there when it broke out across that line, fantastic move. That looks fantastic. Earnings are August 8th. Maybe we'll get a small consolidation before those, and that'd be another little entry you could jump on. Churchill Downs moved really, really great. I think that was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's holding that line even though it came back. So as long as your stop is like, I don't know, about $2 below that, just hang on, see what it does. It still looks okay to me. DOCU had a nice breakout, was sent right back in, and then busted out again. That's really choppy. I mean, if you bought in there, got stopped out by that move, you could have bought back in. That's what I did with WIX. I know there's a resistance point there. Same thing with this. There is a resistance line there. So if it's going to challenge it again, that's an opportunity to buy back in if you got knocked out. It's tough because you got to pay, you got to lose some to get stopped out. You got to pay your commission, and then it's got to go again. But that's trading. JD was sent back below the line. Probably needs a bit more time. I'll keep it in the list a little longer. We'll see what it does. Same thing with Zillow. There was this day where it kind of came out and then was sent right back in, and now it's just kind of going sideways. I'm not sure that line is even valid anymore. It's probably better to get rid of this line and just keep that one. And as it keeps building its way across, we'll figure out where that resistance point is. So right now I put it right there. Still about the 50 area, it looks like. If it can break over that, I'd probably keep going. What do I have for its earnings? August 7th, so that's coming up. Maybe the earnings are going to take it over. Cyber still looks good. The entry was down here. Yep, it's holding that area. It actually looked like it was in a gain, I think about $3 on Friday, but then it backed off a little bit. But yeah, it still looks pretty good. Earnings will be August 6th, so still got plenty of time before that happens. Everything looks pretty good. For me, I'm in WIX and I'm in ZM or Zoom, hoping they move for me. I want to show you one other one because I totally missed this one. Beyond Meat. I had this triangle, well, last week or the week before it broke out, but look at the size of that move. It's like a $60 move or something. It's crazy. 172 up to, well, wherever it closed, 234. Just insane. I think it's just nuts. It's probably going to start consolidating again. You can see a lot of selling came in. It'll probably start moving sideways or slightly downward. And if that momentum is going to continue, there's probably going to be a flag or some symmetrical triangle forming there. So, yeah, that's it. I'll see you next time.